Hello my angels, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about a topic that I wish I was taught when I was a little bit younger, and that is how to be a high value woman. A high value woman is someone who knows her worth and she always acts with confidence. She also attracts people who respect her and also match her energy. It's also less about looks and status and more about how you carry yourself. Before we do get started, be sure to follow me on all social media platforms so that way you can keep up with me if you want to, because I do post there quite a bit. But also be sure to like and subscribe. You can also wait to subscribe after you watch this video through a little bit and see if you want to stick around, but I would really appreciate it if you would consider it. But anyways, let's just get into it because I'm very passionate about this topic. First step to becoming a high value woman is knowing your worth. Whenever you know your worth, it sets the tone for everybody else around you. So ultimately, you are setting the tone for how others treat you by how you treat yourself. For example, if you talk down on yourself quite a bit, it's gonna make other people think that it's okay to talk down on you as well, which does not necessarily make it right, but that's kind of how it works. Also, if you are somebody who maybe shows a lot of skin, maybe sexualizes yourself a little bit, other people are going to think that it's okay to sexualize you as well. Those are just a few examples that come to mind when I think about setting the tone for other people around you. However, if you are treating yourself with respect, you don't let people talk down on you, you don't talk down on yourself, you don't sexualize yourself, then the others around you are not going to talk down on you because they know that that's not acceptable because you don't do it to yourself. They're also not going to sexualize you because you don't sexualize yourself either. They might. I know men get crazy. However, if you do not tolerate that, let it be known. That is the whole point of knowing your value and knowing your worth, because if you are expressing silently, unless it needs to get verbal, if you are expressing silently what you accept, other people will know. And by silently, I mean by the way you act and not necessarily the words that you're saying. However, if words do need to be said, do not feel bad. If you need to put somebody in their place, go for it, but also do not let them back into your life after that. Because if they already don't see your worth and don't know your worth, then they're never going to. And that's just honestly the truth. And going along those lines, if you're letting people into your life that don't already see and know your worth once they've been around you for a little bit, or even if they haven't even talked to you yet, if they don't know your worth or see your value, they're not worth it. So you need to know your worth and know your value, or else other people around you won't see it either. The next thing is cultivating emotional control. So instead of lashing out at people, take it back a few steps. Stay calm, communicate calmly, don't yell at people. Also, don't throw hands because you know your value and you know what you're worth. And if you don't think a conversation is worth having, then you don't need to have it. A high value woman also does not let anger, jealousy, or insecurity run her life. So practice pausing before responding, especially with text messages, because it's just so much easier. Like if you are arguing over text, which is already a struggle in itself, but you are allowed to read a text message and take a few minutes to an hour, maybe even longer if you need to come up with a response, because you don't need to respond immediately, because if you know that you're mad or upset about something, you're probably not going to respond respectfully or in the right way. So take time, take a few breaths before you respond. Even in person, if you are talking to somebody in person, having an argument, don't lash out. Keep your emotions inside, okay? A high value woman does not let anything show. You can always let it out in your bedroom though, when you're by yourself or when you're with your best friend or your boyfriend, whoever it may be, just not in public, because you need to express your emotions. You don't need to keep them in. What I'm saying is to keep calm in public and don't lash out in public. And then whenever you go home, then you can lash out. The next thing is maintaining high standards. This is something that I needed to learn a long time ago. And that doesn't just mean with boys. That also means with friendships, job opportunities, or any other opportunity. Keep a high standard at all times, because whenever you have a high standard, that filters out all of the low effort people or low effort businesses, whatever it may be. So if you already know your worth and you know your value, and a guy comes along and he does not treat you the same way that you treat yourself or to the standards that you have, do not settle. Let him go. I know it's easier said than done, but we don't have time to waste on men that don't treat us the way that we want to or need to be treated. Same thing goes with friends. If you have friends who are constantly talking behind your back, let them go, because that is not the standard that you set for yourself, and that is not the kind of friends that you need in your life as a high value woman, especially if they are talking behind your back. You don't want friends who do that. period. You also need to keep a high standard with yourself and stay disciplined with yourself. If you say you're gonna do something and you don't do it, that's just making the value that you have for yourself go way down, because then you're not trusting yourself anymore. If one of your friends says they're gonna do something for you and they don't do it, one, you're gonna be a little disappointed, and two, you're probably gonna lose a little bit of trust. So think of it that way, but as yourself. If you say you're gonna do something for yourself, do it, or else you're gonna lose trust in yourself and the value you have for yourself is gonna go way down. I'm quickly interrupting this video with a sponsor by Zeelool. Zeelool is an online glasses brand where you can buy glasses with your prescription in them plus blue light. I love Zeelool so much because there is seriously a pair of glasses for anyone. If you're someone who loves simple glasses, or if you're someone who loves over-the-top glasses, or just a pair of glasses to match every single one of your outfits, Zeelool has it. They sent me a few pairs of glasses to share with you guys, and of course I'm gonna save my favorite for last. And we're starting off very, very simple with this clear pair of glasses. Y'all hear me say it every single time. I love clear glasses because they go with absolutely anything and everything. I feel like they just sit so well on the face. Like these little bits on the inside that go on your nose, they usually bother me, but with this pair of glasses, they are not bothering me whatsoever. I love these. Simple, chic, and clean. Next is also another super simple pair. So if you like simple glasses, these ones could be for you. They're just a normal black pair of glasses, but they do have glitter on the sides here. I have a few pairs of glasses from Zeelool with the glitter on the sides, and I absolutely love them. It's the perfect touch to any pair of glasses because you're like, oh, look, just a normal, simple pair of glasses, and then you turn to the side and you're like, bam, glitter. Oh my gosh, I love this pair of glasses so much. I don't think I've ever had a black pair of glasses ever, but they're so cute. It's like, I look smart. These next ones are so fun. Look at how cute these are. I love that these are like transparent down here, but then you have the solid color at the top. I think it's just something a little different. And then the sides here are also solid. I also love that these are a neutral color. So again, you could wear these with absolutely anything. These ones are super cute. You guys, these next ones, I'm in love with them. Ugh. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Look at this color. It's like a very beautiful emerald green color, and the sides are tortoiseshell. Y'all know I love tortoiseshell. I say it every single time, but I am in love with the color of these with the tortoiseshell. I feel like these are perfect for fall because when fall comes, we like to bring in the darker colors, and emerald green is absolutely perfect. And obviously tortoiseshell comes out during the fall too. So I love these so much. The second to last ones, I think these ones are so cute. My mom actually put these on and she loved them. Honestly, it's giving like really smart law school. Like, don't ask me questions. That probably makes no sense. It made sense in my mind, but I love these. And the sides are clear, and I'm now seeing in this middle piece inside the leg of the glasses, they have like little stars on them. Do you see that? Hopefully you can see that, but that is gorgeous. If y'all remember the last sponsor with Zeelool, these glasses are gonna remind you of the last ones that I loved. Glitter. Glitter everywhere. Give me all the glitter. Anytime, any place, anywhere. I need all the glitter. These are so much fun. And then even the legs have the glitter in them as well. I've been wearing glasses since the age of literally 5, and if kindergarten Emily could have worn these glasses, she absolutely would have. But those are all of the glasses I have to share with you today. I will leave all of their links in the description, and I'm also gonna put my code up here for you to use if you want to shop on Zeelool yourself. But let me know in the comments below which pair of glasses was your favorite. And thank you, Zeelool, so much for sponsoring this video. Next one, and it's always my favorite one, and that is prioritizing self-care. If you cannot learn to love yourself, you will never see your true value. Therefore, everybody else around you is not going to see your value either. Self-care is the absolute most important part of life, genuinely. If you work a full-time job, you absolutely need to give yourself time for self-care. Have a spa night. Go get your hair done. Go get your nails done. Go treat yourself to a coffee or a sweet treat. Do your favorite hobby, read your favorite book, watch your favorite movie or your favorite show, bake something. Whatever self-care means to you, do that, and do it so often. I'm so serious. Like, self-care is my favorite thing ever because it makes me feel loved and loved by myself. If you cannot spend time alone, that's a problem in itself, and you need to learn how to spend time alone. And honestly, self-care is the easiest way to learn to spend time alone and learn to love to spend time alone. Like, do a face mask by yourself in bed and watch a movie and eat snacks. Like, oh my God, I love it. Taking care of myself is my favorite thing ever, which again goes for maintaining high standards. If a man specifically will not take care of you the way that you take care of yourself, bye-bye, okay? Because that's literally the whole point of a relationship. Like, y'all are supposed to take care of each other, but also have your own means of business, if that makes sense. Take care of yourself, and if your significant other can't reach the same standards that you're giving yourself, it's just not acceptable. They should be exceeding what you give yourself, right? You know what I mean? A high value woman always invests in herself. Make sure her hair looks good. Make sure her nails are clean. They don't even need to be painted, just clean. Like, no dirt under your nails, no grown out cuticles, clean. Like, when someone truly values themselves, you will see it. You will see it in the way their hair looks, the way they wear their makeup, the way they wear their clothes. And I know I said that being a high value woman goes beyond looks, and it does, but there's this tiny little bit where looks are kind of important, and not for other people, but for yourself. Whenever you see a high value woman, you will know, because she is polished, she is put together, at least on the outside. You don't need to be put together on the inside, okay? Because I know that is not always realistic, but she looks polished, clean, put together on the outside, confident, like she loves herself. You will see it. So like, create a ritual for yourself. Like, every night I have a skincare routine, and I love so much listening to music while doing my skincare routine. It just makes me feel so relaxed. But also come up with a routine for fitness. This is something I need to do, okay? I do not work out every day. I work out once a week when I go to ballet, and that's it. So I'm really trying to get myself to work out more. There's things that everybody needs to work on, okay? A high value woman is not perfect. I'm just saying, create these rituals and these routines for yourself, because that is what self-care is all about. The next thing is so important, and that is developing independence. If you rely on other people constantly, you will repeatedly be let down, and that is just the honest truth. I know it sucks, and I know it sounds mean to say, but it's true. You need to be able to count on yourself 24/7 at all times. I'm a very, very independent woman. My parents raised me to be super independent. Like, I had a job at 15, and since then I have paid for everything myself, but not just like money independence, but life independence as well. Go places by yourself. It is okay to do things by yourself. I know it's hard, and if this is something you need to work on, that is totally okay, because it took a lot of time for me to work on this, because I was the person who always wanted to be with friends and always wanted to do things with friends. But I had to learn that being independent and doing things by myself was a very, very important part of being a high value woman, if that makes sense. So with being an independent woman, this means you have your own passions, you have your own goals, you have your own hobbies, and these things are not necessarily something that you share with the people who are closest to you. And even for relationships and friendships, it is important for you to have your own passions and your own goals and hobbies that you love to do by yourself, without your partner or without your friends, because again, self-care and learning to love being alone is very, very important. And that is just a life goal that you should have, not even just to be a high value woman, just to be okay in life. You need to learn to love to be alone, and you need to learn independence. They will get you very, very far, I promise. And also with being independent, you don't rely on validation from other people. If I constantly sat back and just waited for someone to tell me that I was beautiful, that I was smart, that I can change the world, I would be miserable. Genuinely, I would be miserable, and anybody else in this world would also be miserable. Even if somebody tells you those things every day, you need to be telling those things to yourself, because at the end of the day, again, if you are relying on other people to make you happy, you will always be disappointed. So you need to rely on yourself to say, I am beautiful, I am smart, I'm kind, I work really hard, and so on and so forth. If you need to say affirmations every day in order to get this into your head, do it. You just need to learn to be independent, or else you will be miserable for the rest of your life. Sorry, that just got really deep, but it's the truth. And something that you could do to really start this independent journey, if you haven't already, is to find a hobby that is 100% yours. A hobby that no one else around you likes to do, or that nobody else is interested in. And I'm not saying you need to come up with a new hobby that no one's ever done before. Just a hobby that like your best friend doesn't like, your boyfriend doesn't like, your parents don't like, your brother doesn't like, your sister doesn't like. Whoever surrounds you, find a hobby that they don't like doing, but you love so much, and do it a lot. I'm not saying every day, just just do it enough to where you are showing yourself that it is okay to do things by myself and to just keep something to myself. For example, I love making these string crafts, and I actually just started a new one last night, but they are my favorite thing ever, and nobody else around me likes doing that because it's hard and takes a lot of freaking time. Like, this is a hobby that will take days, and I love hobbies like that, and other people around me don't. So that is just one hobby that I personally love, that I have 100% to myself, and I love that. The next one is mastering feminine energy, and this one can be kind of hard. I feel like it came easy to me because I grew up with sisters. I have 2 older sisters and 1 younger sister, so feminine energy is constantly surrounding me. So I grew up doing my hair, loving to do hair, loving to do makeup, loving to dress up, and while those are very feminine energy is also very soft, warm, and I actually want to do a video on this because I'm very passionate about feminine energy. But mastering feminine energy is just knowing when to lean into that softness and that warmth within you and the calmness as well. Whenever you're around somebody who has mastered feminine energy, don't you just feel so calm and comforted? I do, personally. Like, when I'm around a woman, I remember being a kid and one of my friend's mom specifically mastered feminine energy. I always felt so confident around her, comfortable, warm, like I could just be myself. And I feel like that is what feminine energy is all about. Being able to make everybody else around you feel that feminine energy, if that makes sense. Anyways, again, I want to do a whole video on this because I love talking about feminine energy. I feel like there's a science behind it, and I just need to learn what that is. The next thing is to communicate with confidence, and I know this is kind of hard for some people. It is even for me. Like, I stutter constantly when I talk to people, and it's not because I'm not confident. I just, like, I don't know, that can ruin communication confidence, honestly. But to do this, just make sure you're speaking clearly and directly to somebody, and also with a little bit of elegance. So don't like lash out at somebody or over explain or like shrink down because you're like not confident when talking about something. You know, whenever you're talking about something that you're not super confident about, you usually tense up a little bit, or you kind of like make yourself look or feel smaller. Don't do that, which is like way easier said than done, obviously. But just speak directly to people. Look into people's eyes when you're talking to them, which is something I need to work on. I tend to, like, I even do it on camera. Did you see that? I will look around everywhere but the person's eyes because I tend to like forget what I'm saying if I'm looking someone directly in the eyes. I don't know, it just makes me feel not nervous. Nervous is not the right word. I don't know the word for it, but learn to look people in the eyes when you're talking to them because it just adds a whole other like feeling of communication whenever you're actually looking at somebody when you're talking to them. And it's also just a respect thing as well. The next thing, and I also find this very important, and that is protecting your energy. So we are not chasing people. We don't chase people down, okay? I mean, get what you want, but don't chase it. If someone is physically running from you, why would you run after them? That just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? You want things to come to you easily, and I'm not saying don't work for what you want, because absolutely work hard for the things that you want. But I'm saying with people in specific, don't chase someone. If they are making it known and making it so clear that they want nothing to do with you, don't chase them down. It's just, no. Let other people chase you, okay? That is what being a high value woman is all about, is that you are attracting other people. You're the magnet, not them. And also with protecting your energy, you are choosing very carefully with who you let into your life. Within the past like 2 to 3 years, I have released so many people from my life just because they don't fit who I am as a person anymore. And that is okay to let people go, okay? It might hurt like losing friends, but if they are not up to your standards anymore, it's okay to let them go, because you have to protect your energy, and you also have to protect your reputation as well. Like, I am not someone who goes out and drinks every weekend and parties every weekend, so why would I associate myself with people who do? It just doesn't make sense to do that. So be careful with who you are letting into your space and into your circle, because it truly does matter. And I'm not saying you can't hang out with people who don't match you like every now and then. I'm just saying the people who are close to you, like your best friends that you talk to every day, they need to be the people who protect you and who make you feel safe and comfortable, and who also match your energy, because there's nothing more draining than being with a group of people and you're having to be someone you're not. That is just not fun, and you always leave feeling so drained. That's another thing. If when you hang out with someone you feel drained or tired or just like out of the loop and not like yourself anymore, that is a big sign that you should not be their friend anymore. You should feel full of life after hanging out with the people you love, after hanging out with your best friends. After I hang out with my best friends, I feel like the happiest person ever. Yes, I'm a little tired because maybe like what we did was super fun, but I don't feel drained. I don't feel like the life is drained out of me and like I need a whole reset of life. No, I feel super happy and full of life and just like ready to hang out with them again. So keep that in mind when choosing your friends and also keeping the people who are already in your circle. It is okay to let people go. I know it might be hard, but it is okay and you're gonna be okay. And lastly, a high value woman is always committed to growth. She never ever stays stagnant. And this is something I had to learn the hard way because I was okay being who I was and letting anxiety control my life and letting emetophobia control my life until I just truly had enough. And I had to tell myself, I don't want to live like this forever. I need to do something with myself. I need to have a passion that I want to go after. I need to have goals. A high value woman is always growing and always achieving something, even if it's a small goal. She's also always learning, and I feel like that comes with growing and achieving things. She's always evolving mentally, physically, emotionally. Read some self-help books if you need to. Journal if you need to. I have these, have y'all heard of the game We're Not Really Strangers? They make like other card packets, and I got one called like the healing version, and it's basically just cards that ask you questions, and I love just choosing a random one and kind of like journaling it or just like answering the question in my journal. And it's truly helpful and it helps you like find out some more things about yourself. But also remember that it is okay to have dips in life too. Your life is not always gonna be like this. Like I wish, but that's just not the truth. It's gonna be like this sometimes, okay? It's like a roller coaster. So don't feel defeated when something's not going your way. The most important thing is to keep growing, keep striving, keep achieving, and just not giving up. A high value woman does not quit. But that is all I have for you today. I feel like that was super quick. Maybe it wasn't. When I edit this, I might say otherwise, but that is all I have. Being a high value woman is really just about respecting yourself, knowing your boundaries, and letting other people know too. So if you did enjoy this video, let me know because I love making these videos and I would love to have a podcast so that way I could kind of go like deeper into these because I love videos like this, but I don't want to start a whole new channel, you know what I mean? Like specifically for a podcast. I also just don't have podcast equipment. So I just make videos and it's okay because I love it. But if you do like videos like this, please let me know in the comments and please let me know if there's anything else that you would like me to talk about, like anything specific, any topic. But if you did like this video, like always, please consider liking and subscribing so that way we can hang out more, we can chat more, we can be high value women together. And I am gonna love ya and leave ya. Bye.